Hey, welcome to this Motion Ducks video. We have a lot of people ask about how shallow of water you can use our system in. And we wanted to show you a couple of options so that you can use this system in about 4 or 5 inches of water. Normally you need about 10 to 12 inches of water. So here we go. This first method, as you can see, is simple. It's just creating a splint and wrapping some tape around it. So you can use a pencil, you can use a stick, you can use a pen, whatever you need. And you just get some electrical tape or some duct tape, wrap the tape around the splint, and you can see there, that's going to work great, at least for one hunt, maybe a weekend's worth of hunting. And then when you're done, you simply just take the tape off, remove the splint, and you got your spreader back to normal. Back up. All right, here's the second option, and this is the permanent option. If you're always going to be hunting in shallow water, this might be a good option for you. So take a pair of vice grips, pull the bungee out, grip them on so the bungee doesn't get pulled back in. Cut the swivel off right underneath. Burn the tip so it doesn't fray out. Clean that swivel up. Pull the 5-inch arm off, and you're going to retie the swivel back onto that piece of bungee. Now this is the knot that we use. It works really great. It kind of pinches in on itself. There's probably a million knots you could use. It's probably a better one than we use. But this one gets the job done. So here's a slow motion close-up of that so you can copy that if you want. Then you're going to pull it tight. There you go. You have a shallow water spreader. It's going to work in 4 to 5 inches of water. All right, the last option here is a method to create a piece that you can slide on and off and very quickly modify the spreader in the field in just a matter of seconds. So what I have there is 1/2 inch C PVC, and I'm going to cut it into about 9 or 10 inch chunks, and we're going to need 4 of them per spreader. So you need about 40 inches or so, which should only cost you, a couple bucks. Pretty simple, and I'm just going to match the size here and cut all of those to that 9 to 10 inch mark. You're also going to want to pick up 4 1/2 inch C PVC caps. And then just grab some PVC cement and cement those two together. Those caps probably only cost, 30 to 40 cents, so another $1 to $1.25 for the caps. This whole thing you can do for right around $3, and it's really, really easy. We are going to have this option to purchase these on our website. They'll be pretty inexpensive, but more expensive than you can make it for. Then I'm going to grab a drill bit and just match the size to the end of the swivel. It doesn't need to be super precise, just big enough that that clip can fit through, and drill a hole into the end of the caps. Now I did let those caps dry for a little bit so they were solid. Once I get it drilled through, I'm going to just work the drill back and forth to widen that hole a tiny bit, just to give a little bit more room for the swivel to slide through. And here I'm going to test fit it. So push the swivel in first, and then that should pop out the other side if you put that in first. And you can see how perfectly it fits. And the swivel will pop out the end. Pull that through so that the swivel sticks all the way out. And there you have it. Very, very easy way to modify the spreader to work in shallow water. If you got these things in your pack and you realize, man, there's a lot less water out here than I thought there was going to be, under 10 to 12 inches, then you can just slide these on your spreader and your spreader's good to go. So we'll take the time to drill all the rest of these, and the next step is going to be paint. But before I paint it, I just want to put them all on and test fit them to make sure that the swivel pulls out and they fit well. After the paint dried, it is done. And you can paint those any color. You can paint them camo. In fact, you can paint your spreader any color. We have a spot where we use, it's really clear water, but the substrate is a really brown, bright brown mud. And we paint spreaders to match that mud color so that it's not black arms sticking out, which is pretty cool. So there you go. It just takes a couple seconds to put those little pieces on, and you have a shallow water spreader right there. It can work in 4 to 5 inches. Again, normally you need about 10 to 12 inches of water. And we put those 5-inch bars on there because we noticed that the decoys had a lot more individual room to move around and turn this way and turn that way. And we felt like the motion was better overall to have those 5-inch arms. Additionally, it drops the spreader underwater by another 5 inches or so, which really helps to hide the spreader if you're in a clear water situation. So like I mentioned earlier, we will have these available on our website. You can check out the link below in the description of this video. You can purchase them from us online. They'll probably be somewhere around $10 after shipping. Or you can go do it yourself. It should cost you $2 or $3. Again, that's 1/2-inch CPVC. You'll need about 40 inches of the tubing and 4 caps per spreader. So there you have it, 3 ways to modify your spreader to use in shallow water.